Today we're talking about something most people don't realize affects their heart every single day. Not just sugar, not just stress, but hidden chemical toxins in your food, drinks, water, air, and even your home. These chemicals can quietly increase high blood pressure, inflammation, artery damage, heart rhythm problems, and long-term risk of heart attack and stroke. This video will be very practical. I'll explain what each chemical is, where it's commonly found, how it affects the heart, and simple ways to reduce it. Number 1. The heart damage pathways. Simple explanation. Before we list chemicals, here's how chemicals harm the heart in plain language. A. Endothelial dysfunction. What it means. Inside every blood vessel is a thin protective lining called the endothelium. Think of it like a smooth, non-stick coating inside a pipe. When it's healthy, blood flows smoothly. The vessel can relax and widen. Blood pressure stays stable. When it's damaged, endothelial dysfunction, vessels become irritated and stiff. Blood pressure rises. Cholesterol sticks more easily. Clots become more likely. B. Arterial stiffness. What it means. Your arteries should be flexible, like a soft hose. Arterial stiffness means they become hard, like a rigid pipe. Result, the heart must pump harder. Pressure rises. Risk of stroke or heart attack increases. C. LDL cholesterol. What it means. LDL is a carrier that transports cholesterol in your blood. Too much LDL, especially when vessels are irritated, makes plaque buildup more easily. 2. Chemical toxins in food that affect the heart. 2.1. Trans fats, industrial hydrogenated oils. What they are: man-made fats created to make foods last longer and taste crispier. Where found: some pastries and baked goods, some fried fast foods, some cheap margarines and spreads, some packaged snacks, depending on country or brand. How they affect the heart. Raise LDL, bad cholesterol. Lower HDL, good cholesterol. Trigger inflammation, increase plaque buildup in arteries. Simple tip: reduce ultra-processed fried and packaged foods. Check labels for partially hydrogenated oils. 2.2. Sodium nitrite or nitrates, processed meat preservatives. What they are: preservatives used to keep meat pink and prevent bacteria. Where found: bacon, sausages, hot dogs, deli meats, salami, pepperoni. Some ready-to-eat meat slices. Heart impact. Can create irritating compounds in the body, linked to inflammation and vessel stress. Often comes with high salt, increases blood pressure. Simple tip: cook more at home. Choose fresh meats, fish, or beans. Limit processed meats. Look for nitrite-free options, still moderate. 2.4. Excess sodium and hidden salt. Not one chemical, but a major heart driver. What it is: salt is not toxic, but high chronic intake raises blood pressure. Where found: instant noodles, packaged soups, pizza sauces, and ready meals, processed snacks. Heart impact: raises blood pressure, increases arterial stiffness over time, strains the heart muscle. Simple tip: cook more at home. Check sodium per serving. Rinse canned foods. 2.4. Artificial sweeteners. Controversial but worth understanding. What they are: zero-calorie sweetening chemicals. Examples include aspartame, sucralose, acesulfame K. Where found: diet sodas, sugar-free energy drinks, sugar-free syrups, gum, and protein products. Possible heart-related effects: may affect appetite regulation, may alter gut bacteria in some people. In some research, linked with metabolic changes that indirectly raise cardiovascular risk. Simple tip: if you use them, keep minimal. Prefer water, herbal teas, or lightly sweetened natural options. 2.5. Heavy metals in food. Lead, cadmium, mercury. These are naturally occurring elements but become dangerous when accumulated. Mercury. Where found: larger predatory fish more often, such as some tuna types, swordfish, shark. Heart impact: oxidative stress and possible rhythm effects. Lead. Where found: old pipes, contaminated soil, certain imported products and spices in some cases. Heart impact: raises blood pressure, harms blood vessel function. Cadmium can be in some crops grown in polluted soil, also from cigarette smoke. Heart impact: linked to arterial stiffness and vessel damage. Simple tip: vary seafood choices, prioritize safer fish options, ensure clean water source, avoid smoking. 3. Chemical toxins in drinks and water that affect the heart. 3.1. Sugary drinks, metabolic chemical stress. What it is? Not a toxin like plastic, but high sugar drives inflammation and vessel damage. Where found? Soda, fruit drinks, not 100% juice, sweetened iced coffees and teas, energy drinks. Heart impact: raises triglycerides, increases insulin resistance, promotes inflammation and fatty liver, raises long-term heart disease risk. Simple tip: treat sugary drinks like dessert, not hydration. 3.2. Energy drinks, high caffeine plus additives. What they are? Concentrated stimulants with additives and sweeteners. Where found? Energy drinks, pre-workouts. Heart impact: increases heart rate and blood pressure quickly, can trigger palpitations in sensitive people, can strain the nervous system, sympathetic activation. Simple tip: if you notice palpitations, anxiety, or fast pulse, cut down or stop. 3.3. PFASs, or forever chemicals, in water where present. What they are? Industrial chemicals that resist breakdown and can persist in the body. Where found? In some regions, contaminated water supplies near industrial sites, also associated with certain non-stick coatings and stain-resistant treatments. Heart impact: research links, associated with higher cholesterol in multiple studies, may affect blood pressure and metabolic regulation. Simple tip: use a certified water filter if your area has concerns. Check local water quality reports. 3.4. Microplastics in bottled water and packaging. What they are? Tiny plastic particles that can enter food and water. Where found? Bottled water, plastic food containers, packaged foods. Heart impact: emerging research, can trigger inflammation, may carry other chemicals into the body, potential vascular irritation, still developing evidence. Simple tip: drink filtered tap water where safe, use glass or steel bottles, avoid heating plastic. 4. Environmental chemical exposures that affect the heart. 4.1. Air pollution, PM 2.5. What it is? Tiny particles in the air from traffic, factories, smoke. Where found? Busy roads, city pollution, wildfire smoke, indoor smoke. Heart impact: inflammation throughout the body, blood becomes stickier, raising clot risk, higher risk of heart attacks and strokes. Simple tip: avoid heavy traffic walks, ventilate indoors, consider air purifier if needed. 4.2. BPA and phthalates, plastic chemicals. What they are? Chemicals used to make plastics hard or flexible. Where found? Plastic bottles and containers, food packaging, some can linings, receipts, thermal paper. Heart impact: hormone disruption, affects blood pressure control, linked to metabolic issues that raise cardiovascular risk, associated with endothelial dysfunction in some research. Simple tip: minimize plastic contact with food, don't heat plastic, use glass containers. 4.3. VOCs, volatile organic compounds from sprays and fragrances. What they are? Chemicals that evaporate into the air. Where found? Air fresheners, strong cleaning sprays, paint fumes, scented candles, some types. Heart impact: irritate airways and raise systemic inflammation, can trigger headaches and palpitations in sensitive people, stress the nervous system. Simple tip: switch to fragrance-free products, open windows, use simple cleaners. 4.4. Pesticides, food plus environment. What they are? Chemicals used to kill insects or weeds. Where found? Residue on some fruits or vegetables, home and garden sprays, agricultural exposure. Heart impact can affect nervous system regulation, some associated with oxidative stress and inflammation. Simple tip: wash produce well, peel when needed, choose organic for high residue items if possible. 5. Practical heart protection routine. Very actionable. The goal is not perfection, just lowering total exposure. A. Food swaps. 80% whole foods, vegetables, fruits, legumes, eggs, fish, lean meats, nuts. Reduce processed meats, bacon and sausages. Replace packaged snacks with whole snacks. B. Drink swaps. Water plus herbal teas as default. Limit energy drinks. Reduce diet sodas if heavily used. C. Kitchen changes. Glass containers, stainless steel bottles. Don't heat food in plastic. Use filtered water if possible. D. Home and air. Ventilate daily. Reduce air fresheners and harsh sprays. Consider an air purifier if you live near traffic. If you want to protect your heart, don't only think about fat and sugar. Also think about exposure. Because your heart is not just reacting to what you eat. It's reacting to what you breathe, what you drink, what touches your food, and what builds up inside the body over years.